Today's video is all about hair accessories. We all recognize hair accessories as functional objects that are either tied, wrapped, inserted, or attached to the hair. Throughout history, hair ornaments have been used to indicate social status, religious significance, and to make personal statements. Today, hair accessories are worn mainly for functional reasons, to hold back the hair from the face and to confine strands of hair. Although hair accessories are everyday mundane objects, as an occultist who values the use of symbolism, I see them as magical tools. There are several types of hair accessories, such as hair bands, hair combs, hair spikes and sticks, ribbons and bows, and hairpins, headbands, and barrettes. Okay, you guys, I just have to admit, I collect hair accessories, and I have a bag in my closet of like unused and unopened hair accessories, okay? Some of them are like small barrettes, hair clips, or whatever. When I go to the store, I used to go to the store, if they caught my eye and I thought that I could use them for future magical purposes, I would purchase them. And this is my little goodie, okay? Now, they're not expensive. A lot of them I've purchased at places like Walmart. I've even purchased some on Amazon. I've also purchased some at the dollar store. You get the picture. If I see it, I'm going to grab it. And I have quite a few of those. Anyway, and I'm going to go over some of them in this video towards the end, okay? In my previous videos, I discussed the use of color, shapes, and symbolism. And this is one of the things that I look for specifically when I purchase hair accessory items. And I would also like to say that, if you like the items that you saw in the beginning of this video, I did create a list of all the featured items for purchase, and they are in the description box. I like web shopping, and I typically stumble upon a lot of these items, not because I'm looking for them specifically to buy, but I've often wondered, have they been made already, right? So, like, for example, I was thinking of like a dragon hairpiece, like, like a dragon barrette or a dragon hair clip or something like that, because there's times when you want to come out of your shell, you know what I mean? I don't have a problem coming out of my shell. Like, if I have to confront something, I'm brave enough to do it. But let's just say, for example, there's a person who's not, they don't feel comfortable, addressing somebody, just like any other amulet or talisman. Those can be worn on your fingers, as necklaces and whatever. Hair jewelry is also something that can be made into an amulet or a talisman, and your barrettes and hair accessories can serve as an amulet or a talisman. A lot of times it can, okay? So in this case, if somebody had a little bit of a problem being more assertive, okay, a dragon barrette or hair accessory is an option for them. And once they purchase it, they can go ahead and cleanse it and charge the item so that it will vibrate that sort of energy that's needed. And that once it's put in their like jewelry box or whatever, they can pull it out as needed. Okay, and it's a clever and smart way of also disguising your magical wishes, purposes, and intent. Okay, because you don't tell people what it is you're trying to do. You just be real cool with it and just either wear it in your hair or wear it as a piece of jewelry. It doesn't need to be obvious, okay? And also, when it comes to being obvious, when it comes to symbolism, there are obviously some symbols that are immediately identified with occult knowledge, okay? Like things like pentacles, what else? I would say, what's obvious, okay? Like voodoo mask or something like that are made into certain items. Some things are very obvious to people, okay? But you can use symbolism such as flowers, like, the language of flowers was very popular in the 19th century. Flowers do have special significance, and oftentimes they are painted on items such as hairpins, barrettes, like five-pointed, a five-petaled flower represents the same thing as a five-petal, a five-pointed star, okay? So these things can be utilized in magic. Okay, and I'm going to give you a couple of ideas as we go along. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about in this slide. Yeah, so I'm going to be going over the usage of some of these suggested items that we just reviewed in the beginning of this clip. Okay, the first item I wanted to discuss was hair bands, what we call today hair bands. They used to call or refer to as hair rings, okay? Because now, our hair bands that we know of today are made of elastic, thread and maybe some sort of fabric. But, I'm looking at this one that I stumbled upon on a website called Ancient and Oriental. I really wanted to get some archaeological digs, to show, I guess, the historical use of hair accessories. That was my point, right? And anyway, I got drawn in by this particular picture that I saw, and I wanted to share this website with you guys. This right here is a Celtic hair, Celtic hair ring. And they did mention something about the spiral here. I'm not going to read the entire thing because I find it rather long to mention in this video, but they are acknowledging the spiral. And I know I had just talked about the spiral recently in my video, and as a matter of fact, I'm having a spiral cake contest. Anyway, let me tell you what it says. It says spirals, especially in gold, were commonly associated with the sun in ancient European cultures, with the loose spiral representing the long days of summer and a tight spiral the shorter days of winter. So now I have the link in the description box if you do want to check this out. I was kind of fascinated because they have a lot of other pictures and images of old items from different cultures, so it's very eye-opening. Okay, so what used to be intricate hair rings, okay, are now hair bands, okay, because now we use things like elastic and, like I said, thread and fabric to make these. What's good about these right here, I don't know, is the fact that, of course, they're circular. And I know that hair bands are just hair bands to most people, but when you think about it in terms of the occult, it is a circle. And circles represent what? Physical and spiritual protection. So you can actually enchant your hair bands to provide that. Also, a lot of hair bands come in assorted colors, and they can you can give them their own special significance if you want to. Like the top of this one, we have an orange one. Maybe you're trying to be more creative. You could tie that in your hair, and as you're tying it in your hair, you can be focusing on, that little extra push, that little extra bit of power that you need in order to be creative or come up with an idea. I would suggest like this color for people who are writing content or somebody who is in some sort of creative field. Also, I have a lot of purple hair bands. I use them for psychic work, because most people are thinking, okay, Marie, we've never seen you actually wear a hairband. Because I know if I was to show this to somebody who I know personally would watch this video, they're like, okay, I'm trying to thinking back here, I don't ever recall seeing one of those in your hair. I usually wear things like this inside my house, okay? Like, at night, I'll put my hair into two ponytails, and I will have to tie it up, right? And so I choose, what color I might wear at night. So generally it's purple, either the purple right behind that orange one, or the color lavender, like the one that looks like it's on the very bottom, okay? Also, things like yellow can be used for people who are taking tests, who need that extra mental clarity or whatever. Like I said, these very small items that seem like, rather pointless, if you look at them through the eyes of magic, right? It kind of gives you a little bit more to be excited about, right? And there is actual magical energy. And I think, my existence kind of proves that. God, I was talking all this time and I didn't realize that my camera wasn't turned on. So now I have to start all over again. Okay, what a mess. All right, so for people who do know me, they were bitching and complaining about me wearing wigs to work because it's convenient for me, you know, as a black woman. And I know that it was this big controversy, and we don't need to go into that, okay? Because the reason why I'm doing this video is about hair accessories. And when I think about things like wigs, braids, buns, whatever, extensions, I look at those as accessories as well. Okay, just like somebody would look at a barrette or a, what do you call it, those banana clips that we used to wear back in the day. Those are hair accessories, and that is an to me, hair pieces are just another accessory. Okay, and this is how I look at it. Okay, I don't feel as though I'm like really attached to wigs and stuff like that, but I do think that it does enhance the appearance, meaning it made me look more uniform. It made me look, you know, more cleaner, more polished, and that's the look that I chose to have in the office. Okay, so, you know, for people of African descent, we have different combs than I would say white people. Okay, so I got this pack of combs at Walmart. I don't know how long it's been, but you know, I've had this pack for at least like 2012. Okay, anyway, you'll notice that the combs are bigger. The comb teeth are bigger because, you know, we have kinkier, curlier roots than white people. So this is easier to brush or comb our hair, and so that we can avoid having our hair tangled if we were to use like a regular comb. So it also has this like here, so it's easier for me to part my hair. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a bun and let you see how I do that. So now I just created a part in my hair, and I'm smoothing over my bangs here. See, I hate my hair. I hate my hair because it doesn't lay down. Okay, even if I straighten it, it's going to just a matter of time. My hair is going to start bushing out. Say my hair doesn't. I just get frustrated with my hair. So obviously, if you had my hair, you would know why I choose to wear wigs. It's just easier to me. It's a headache. Okay, and of course, I rely a lot on hats during this time of year, which, you know. This could be an option though, and the reason why I say a bun could be an option, I know I wore buns at work in the past, but like when I go to the store, I try to avoid the sunlight because I don't want to get, you know, roasted in the sun. So what I do is I wear sun hats, right? And that's what I usually do. But if it was like springtime, I guess I could wear a bun. Okay, so this right here, I got a gray color hairband, right? It's really no big deal. It's a neutral color, and this is the pack that I got it from. It's called Halsa. I got these at the Dollar Tree, I believe it was, which is very inexpensive. You know, I don't spend a lot of money on things. I try not to. When you're a targeted individual, you know you're not supposed to do something like that. Mainly, not because there's anything wrong with buying expensive stuff. It's just that, you know, you should never allow yourself to be comfortable with that sort of a lavish lifestyle, because, you know, they will take it away from you as soon as they possibly can. Okay, so you'll notice my little bun looks very wimpy. Okay, it looks very wimpy, very boring, very bland. And to me, it's like when I look at my face in the mirror, I keep thinking, okay, there's something else there, because that this is not a very big bun. I like big buns. Okay, I know that sounds not funny, but I do. I think it should be more round, more uniform, and that's what I choose to do. So let me grab this really quick. This is my bun extension. Okay, there's my bun right here in my right hand. Isn't that crazy? Okay, but this to me comes in handy, right? So here I am. People who see me in the office, yes, I have worn hair bands before. You just couldn't see it because it was covered up with a bun or a ponytail. Okay, so this way, this to me is just another accessory. Wigs, buns, ponytails, extensions that you sew in, they're all to me just hair accessories. To me, I don't look at it any different than I would like a barrette or like one of those weird banana clips that we used to wear back in the day. So anyway, this right here has a comb attachment in it. I don't remember what company I bought this from because I lost the box. Okay, and I'm not really featuring wigs as a accessory item in this video. Okay, I only think that in order for me to show you what some of my hair accessories look like, it would look better with hair that looks
uniform instead of like all frazzled and dazzled like my hair does. Okay, so here we go. In order to insert this bun so it doesn't fall out, you use this little comb right here, and then you just attach it right above the tiny little bun, and then there's another little comb on the very bottom of that, and then you stick it right there. See? Now, isn't that cute? So now, in order to smooth the sides, I use this bristle brush, right, to make sure all of the sides right here is smooth, right? And then with my bangs, this is the part I really hate. I have to blend it in this way. Okay, there we go. So now buns have always been associated with, like, you know, elegance, just something elegant. Like, you know, you notice, like, if you go to like some of those fine restaurants, which I've only been to a few times, right? And when I went, believe me, I didn't pay, okay? But there were always, like, you know, these really nice dressed women, and their hair is always pulled back in a bun, okay? Because it's supposed to set off a certain, you know, vibe or whatever. And I would say buns generally are very elegant looking. Mine's okay, mind you, but it could be a little bit better. And so I don't like a lot of these little pieces that stand out, so I rely on stuff like this. Now, the reason why I decided not to put any of this on my hair today is because, well, I'm going to be showing you one of my half wigs, and I feel as though once I apply this, it makes it difficult for me to work with my hair. So I have to wait like a day or so for my hair to be able to work with like a hot iron or something. Because once I flat iron my hair for something, it seems like it won't work for the rest of the day. I'm telling you, my hair is one of those things that you don't want to deal with. Okay, you really don't want to deal with. Okay, so now that I did my hair, now if people know me, which I know if people who watch this video are gonna, like, probably people that I used to work with. Okay, if I'm wearing my hair short like this, I'm usually gonna throw on some earrings. You know why? Because I feel a little bit odd without something around my face. I like having things surrounding my face, okay? So I would probably throw on some earrings. Now, I understand that this video is supposed to be about hair accessories, right? But since I'm modeling this bun, right, I figure I'm going to throw these on just because I have to deal with myself and my reflection. So here's these earrings, which match my top, okay? And the neutral color that I chose was, you know, of course, like a gray color. Okay, now everybody knows that if I'm wearing burgundy, Maria's gonna wear burgundy color lipstick. So let me go throw some on too really quick. You know, not everybody likes to be this girly, but, you know, I try to enjoy my life as much as I possibly can, mainly because, you know, I've dealt with so much drama, and that it has made me, you know, kind of go into myself more. And I think that was something that saved me, because it was really driving me crazy. Now, I had talked about in one of my videos just recently about how, you know, I am not somebody who can tell people what to do and how to apply makeup, okay? Because I think a lot of people develop their own way of applying makeup. I've seen people do this on, like, YouTube. This video is not about makeup, but it is about hair accessories, right? And since I put together my hair using a hairband, right, and I feel a little bit odd because my hair looks short, I'm going to throw on some lipstick. Okay, so now I want to talk about this really quick. Now, when it comes to me enjoying makeup, that does not mean that I am a authority on how to apply it. It doesn't mean that I can recommend what colors other people should wear. Okay, all I know is when I look in the mirror, I'm content with what I see. Okay, now when you're somebody who is always dodging getting set up with jobs and then having people wreck your life, and you don't really have anything stable, you know not to go buy any expensive cosmetics at, like, you know, some of the nice department stores. Okay, so you pick up what you can find, and whatever you get, you're happy with, right? And I've bought makeup at, like, Walmart. I've even seen some, like, eye pencils and stuff like that at the dollar store, which I've used. Okay, I've always been a Revlon girl when I was younger. But you know, now I'm okay with whatever I get. Now I had noticed that this was like this utility stick that I found from, I don't even know what company it is because like the the writing had worn off. But you know, when it comes to lipstick, you know, I'm a darker shade of brown. You know what I mean? So you know, I always want to make sure that the color really stands out. Now this color right here kind of looks close to my skin color when you think about it. So I want it to stand out. And I am a burgundy freak, right? So I do use, and maybe like an expert would recommend not using this pencil, right? But it's one of these like utility pencils where you can use it for your eye, you can use it for your lips or whatever. I use this dark coloring on the bottom of my lips. Why? Because I always want to intensify the color of the red, right? Because the red usually is too red, or it might be a little bit leaning too much on the orangish red color. And I'm like, oh, no, no, no. I want like a brick red is what I want. Like a brick maroon burgundy in that category. So I usually put a little bit of dark color on my lips, a little bit, right? Before I put lipstick on. Just a little bit, right? And then I apply the lipstick. There. All right, so there you go. That's what I look like. And I applied a hairband just to hide my bun. So it's not that I didn't wear hairbands, simple little hairbands at during the day. It's just that nobody ever saw them because they're hidden by my bun. Okay, so one of the things I do remember, and I'm sure everyone else remembers, are the scrunchies, you know, from the 1980s. And since they were created, I've seen them in the store just about every year since then. Okay, there's times where things come into fashion, and you know, where a lot of people wear them in large numbers, and then there's times where they're still sold in stores, but they're not like the hot featured item. Okay, scrunchies are ideal because, like, just like the hair bands, the elastic in them, you know, doesn't, they're protected. They protect your hair because they don't create a lot of breakage. Okay, unlike, you know, rubber bands and stuff like that. So in the next slide, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate, you know, me wearing a ponytail with one of my scrunchies. Okay, so let's take this bun out and do a ponytail, right? So when I make ponytails for myself, I prefer my ponytails to be more up above my head, like around this length. Yeah, higher up than a low base ponytail. And that usually requires me to use another hairband, right? So, but I'm using the same hairband, you know, in order to insert a ponytail, because I don't like my ponytail. It's bushy, it sticks straight out. It looks silly to me. So anytime I make a ponytail for myself, I make sure I make a little loop in my ponytail there, and make it look a little bun in my hair. That way I can cover it with my ponytail. I don't particularly care for this ponytail, and I don't know the name of the ponytail company that made. I don't know who made this. I have no idea who made it. I just remember buying it online and thinking it was mediocre, but it'll do. I wasn't really impressed with it, to be honest with you. But anyway, it's kind of the same way you insert it, same way you do the bun. They have a little comb in there, and then you put it right above your bun, the little comb, insert it, and then you slip the little bun inside the hole. And there's a drawstring to all these ponytails. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is, right here. And you just pull on it until it tightens that little comb in the back, right? See, hopefully you can see that. Hopefully, okay. And tighten it. And then what I usually do is I round it up a couple of times. This excess cord, I wrap it around the ponytail a couple of times because it's a little too extra for me. And then I secure it with a bobby pin. So I take a bobby pin and loop it around the hole in here with a bobby pin. There we go. Secure it that way. And then let's go through some of these scrunchies here. Now, I have quite a few. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I noticed that they've kind of made some variations throughout the years. Now, here's one of those things where I was talking about where I purchased like a whole pack of something, and I don't use it. I don't know how long these have been. These have been in my closet, but they're still intact. I have not used them, and I haven't used any of them. And I purchased them in colors that I don't normally wear, so I must have purchased them from like Dreamwork. Like I said, if I'm doing something like for meditations or something, I'll use colors that represent whatever I need or whatever. Okay, so these are the scrunchies, other scrunchies I have, and some of these I purchased, and some of these I made. Okay, like if there's an old garment that I feel like it's getting old, got enough holes in it, I'm going to throw it away. And if I really, really like the fabric, I try to reuse things as much as I possibly can. So I will either cut some fabric to make a scrunchie out of it or whatever. Another good idea, if like, for example, if you have a loved one, maybe if they passed away and they have like they left some of their garments or something, you could make scrunchies out of their clothes, and you can wear them in your hair when you want to remember them or keep your ancestors close. Okay, so these are the standard scrunchies that I think most people are used to seeing, including these ones in the pack. Just the little round ones with the little the little ruffle fabric. These are the ones that we're mostly familiar with. I have noticed that they've updated them, and here's another thing that I purchased that's still in the pack. I haven't used it. I bought this because, I like blue and white combinations, right? I've always thought, anything that's blue and white immediately attracts me. And I purchased this. I thought this was cute. You notice they have like little ties on them, and some of them have bows on them. I guess that's the updated version. And maybe I had no intentions of ever wearing these. I just thought the little fabric was pretty, and I got it at the dollar store, so I figured why not. So I got this one right here. I also like this one with the little flowers on it. I thought that was cute. Sometimes my mind is just on gardening. Like I wish I had a garden, and I'm trying to pretend that I'm in a garden. And this is where hair accessories come in. You know what I mean? Since I can't have the garden, I might want to work on attracting a garden, or it's one of my hopes and my dreams. So I'm revealing that in what I'm wearing, and I'm doing it through hair accessories. This right here, this is my garden. Here's another garden. I guess I would call it like a fall type garden because of the colors. I like this color, especially like around August and September when it gets closer to fall. I like this one. So because of that, I think I'm going to go ahead and try this one. Now I have no idea what this looks like from my angle. Here we go. I guess if you can see that, I'll be able to edit it later on in the video. Now, I don't particularly like wearing ponytails, but it does provide an alternative if you're somebody who wears wigs. And I will tell you, wearing a wig during the summertime is hell. I wear half wigs, mainly because I don't want to wear a full wig because it's very hot underneath the wig, okay? Plus, I'm one of those people who's very spiritual. I'm always thinking about my crown chakra, and I don't like things blocking my crown chakra, right? So I use a half wig, which I will be showing you in the next video. Now, when it comes to scrunchies, scrunchies are to a circle. Okay, circles are very protective. You can use those for that reason. And you can also, like I said, tap into the color, use it for color. Circles also represent eternity. So if you're like focusing on like a prosperity spell, this is not the ideal kind of green that, that would represent money. Usually money is represented by like a darker color green, but I think you get the idea. And I don't have a darker color green one, scrunchie, but that doesn't stop me from making them. This one I actually made. I made this one. I don't know if I showed this one or not already, but I like this one because these are like power colors, and sometimes, like I said, there's outfits that you don't want to throw away. You really enjoyed that outfit, or maybe, like I said, you could do this for like a person who passed away that you care about. You could make a scrunchie out of their clothing or whatever, extra fabric. You know what I mean? I like reusing things and making things out of stuff. I've become an upcycler mainly because I have to roll with the punches, right? And people like me are in and out of jobs. We don't have any stability, okay? But that's not gonna make it so that I'm not gonna love clothes or accessories. So what you do is you improvise, right? And that's pretty much how I've lived my entire life. So anyway, that's the ponytail. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a big ponytail lover. Okay, I really don't like ponytails. Not on me. Okay, most of the time when I see ponytails, people have their hair like all the way back. Now I'm going to tell you right now, I hate my hair, and I do not like wearing my hair all the way back. I always have to have some bang, and even with my bang, I fucking hate my hair tied back. Okay, I prefer my hair either just like bushy, you know what I mean, with a hat on, or with, you know, a wig. Like, you know, and that's just how it is. Okay, I'm not a fan of my hair, don't like my hair. It is what it is. It's not like I sit here and cry over my hair, okay, because I don't. Because to me, it's like, well, then just fix it. Just go ahead and wear a wig. And this is what the biggest issue. To me, it was like really not even a big deal. It's an alternative. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So when it comes to getting hair extensions, wigs, weaves, or whatever, if this is something that you want to try, and like I said, I'm not featuring these on purpose. I'm like, this is still bushy. I don't like that. Okay, so that looks a little better from that side. Okay. If you like those sort of things, okay, you want to make sure you understand the texture of your hair. Okay, my hair is naturally curly, and I straighten my hair just to accomplish this look. Some people say, well, why don't you just wear your hair curly? Okay, my hair is tight coil curly. Okay, to where it's just like I don't like it's too tight curly. Okay, so I have to do certain things to make it so that I can work with it. Okay, I am not skilled at hair, and some people say, well, then get skilled. I don't give a shit that much. Like I said, it's just easier for me to just deal with the wig. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Okay, and I'm fine with it. I've existed this way for a while, you know, so get off my ass. Next, I'm going to be showing something else in the next slide.
Now, I think most people who know me are starting to understand at least that I'm somebody who's kind of old school, meaning, you know, I'm one of those people who still think and see the value of learning how to sew or knowing how to sew, making things with your hands, whether that be sewing, baking, cooking, whatever. You know, I'm an old-fashioned type person, right? So I did stumble upon this website, Sweet Red Poppy, and this is a pattern for scrunchies, right? And I do encourage people who do know how to sew to, you know, make a few of these for themselves if this is what you want to do. There's all kinds of fabric out there. And this is one of the reasons why I love making these, because there are all kinds of fabric out of there. Like if you're into maybe you like moons, maybe you like stars, maybe you like the color purple, maybe you like bowling pins, or you have a special hobby that you want to represent in your hair. You know what I mean? Wear the Flair in your hair, right? Whatever it is that you like, you desire, you want more of in life, you can make your own scrunchie, right? So, in her website, I believe her name is Kimberly. She did include a video on how to make it, and I hope you guys have fun doing that if that's your thing. The link is in the description box. There's a lot of hair accessories that are very powerful in symbolism. If you know anything about, the Greek god Apollo, you know that he wore a laurel wreath around his head, and that was supposed to symbolize triumph. And I think it's a great thing to wear if this is something that you are aiming towards. So I know the laurel tree itself represents honor, glory, wisdom, and immortality. And I did see a representation of this as a hair accessory. So you may not want to wear an entire wreath, but you could use this as a substitute. And I thought these were very pretty. This would look very nice in someone else's hair. Not my hair, mind you, but it looks great in hers. And this right here is a representation of a laurel leaves, right? So you can use these when you want to achieve victory, triumph, receive some sort of glory or some sort of honor. This would be great. So you can receive, once you buy these, you can go ahead and charge them, empower them, put them in your jewelry box, and when you have that special occasion, you can pull them out and wear them. I think these look great. I'm going to go ahead and show you a demonstration of how to insert a comb.
Now, I don't have anything this cool, mind you, but I do have some combs that I will go ahead and use in the next slide. Okay, I just pissed myself off because I was talking for at least good 10 minutes and I didn't realize that I didn't have my camera on. This is like the second time I've done this today, okay? So anyway, you probably missed the part. You did miss the part where I sectioned off my hair, right? I sectioned off my hair and created 2 little ponytails in the back, right? And the reason why I did that is because I'm going to be installing this wig, this half wig, right? So I have the combs right here. You know, they attach to the part where the little section where you make your part. So I put it like right there where the part is. And then I pull it down and push my ponytails underneath and insert the wig, right? So you'll notice this hair is probably about 1 inch or 2 longer than my actual hair, okay? My hair length. Now, but one thing is the reason why I prefer wearing this when I would go to work is because when I bend my head down wearing my actual hair is like my hair, it sticks out. Like, you know, just a few minutes ago, you can tell my hair was standing up on end. So I hate dealing with my hair. It's just easier for me to wear a wig, right? So this is it. This is the look that I wore to my workplace. I purchased this wig in 2014. Now, mind you, this is not the exact same wig. It is in a sense where it's the same name, the exact same wig model, okay? But it's not the exact same wig. These wigs will have to be replaced after a certain amount of time. And once it would start getting bad or, you know, not as workable anymore, then I would replace it with the same one. And I like this one because it matches my hair texture more than any other wig that I've ever had. Now, I have tried things like the front lace wigs in the past. You know, I would say when I first started wearing wigs, I was willing to try pretty much just about anything. I'm experimenting, trying to find something that was right. And I didn't like the front lace wigs because I have a widow's peak and it created problems, okay? But mainly is that even though I wear wigs, I'm somebody who respects and likes to at least have my natural hair, at least in the front, right? So, at least in the front when I'm working, right? So, half wigs work better for me. I just feel more comfortable wearing those, okay? So, this is my look, and it's been that look. This is the same look I've had for a very, very long time, okay? And it's one that works for me, okay? This is like, I would wear this if I went to a special occasion, went somewhere that was dressed up, or to work. This is one of my work alternatives. Now, most of the time during the fall and winter, this was my look, okay? And then during the hot summer months, I would wear like the bun and the ponytail. Now, I think if you're somebody who wants to experiment wearing wigs, that's a good idea to do, to get like a bun and a ponytail that looks similar to your wig texture. That way you have an alternative. Now, when you do wear a wig, you don't have a lot of options when it comes to styling. Unfortunately, you don't, okay? But the one thing that you can kind of switch out from time to time are barrettes and things like styling combs and styling sticks, pins, and stuff like that, okay? There are some really cool, you know, hair accessories that unfortunately, when you wear a wig, you can't wear, okay? I'll show you as an example of what I'm talking about in the next slide. But for now, let's get started on this comb. Now, in the last slide, I showed you what I call the victory comb with the pretty laurel leaves and everything, which I recommended to wear if you want to accomplish some sort of victory or triumph, right? So let's just say, for example, you want to get promoted, or you want to, I don't know, increase your business or something like that, right? And your focus is like, I really want to win. You need to think of yourself as a winner before you even do anything else. Enchant those laurel leaves to make you the winner. And then, of course, wear those when you need them, right? And, of course, most people are going to think, oh, it just coordinates with their outfit. Nope, it's not. It's your magical tool that you're being secretive about, right? Okay, but, you know, all these years, I had no idea how to really insert a comb. I was doing it wrong. And I saw a YouTube video, and they showed me how to do it correctly, okay? Now, mind you, always do what works for you. Even if it's not the orthodox way of attaching it to your head. If it looks nice, go ahead and do it, right? But apparently you're supposed to insert it and then kind of scoot it backwards. So one of the options that you have when you're wearing a wig is you can wear it like on the side. And this is something I've done so many times that I almost get bored with it. So I take a little section of hair and I take this comb and I go backwards in the direction, right? And I push it all the way down, and then I have my little comb there, right? Now, which is nice because it gives you a little bit of an option. Now, if I wanted to, I could do the same thing with this side, right? But that's just one option, okay? But that's one, okay? Let me see if there's something else I can do with this comb. I think that's the only combs I have. That sucks. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go further than that, right? So since we already showed the comb, let's do some barrettes while I have this wig on. And I'm just going to do this really quick because it's really hot in here and I just want to get this over with. And I will show you some of my barrettes. I may not necessarily try them. Some of these barrettes I actually purchased, and when I got them home, I realized I can't wear them, mainly because my hair is too thick, okay? Some of them I can wear and some I can't, right? Like, I thought this was really cute when I found it. Oh, it's a star barrette, right? And we all love stars. Stars are cool. But I don't think I can wear it because my hair is too thick. Oh, wait, yeah, I can. I can wear it. But it still kind of bulges out on the side. What do you think? It's a star barrette, right? And I think things like this are really cool to wear. You know, stars represent hope. They give you hope. Little kids look cute in stars and stuff like that, or adults can wear them too, depending on the outfit, okay? Symbolism is important. So, you know, and of course you can find stars in different colors as well. But there's a star for you. Now, I've seen some people on YouTube who are really familiar, who are good with wigs. What I mean by that is, like, they know how to do different things with them. Okay, I am not. I'm somebody who, if I see something that like a basic need that needs to be fulfilled, I'm going to do that, and that's it. I'm not going to take it any further than that. Like, when it comes to my hair, it's a means to an end. It's like, okay, I need something to do with this hair to cover up this mess, and since I have the wig, that I leave it at that. But some people they want to experiment and do all kinds of different things other than putting barrettes and stuff in your hair, right? And sometimes I'm like amazed at some of the things that people do. I saw some guy, he was a dude, okay? And I think he was kind of like a cross-dresser or something. And he flipped the wig upside down and wore it like an updo. Now, mind you, I don't have all the time in the world to sit here and play around in the bathroom to try to manage that look. But it impressed me because, you know, you can do things, creative things with your wigs. With wigs, you know what I mean? It's just I never had a need or desire to go any further than that, other than, you know, wear like barrettes and stuff like that. I wanted to show this one. Now, butterflies symbolize like change, transformation, and I thought that this was really cool because I had a friend who lived in Canada who was also a targeted individual who purchased this. We used to exchange Christmas gifts and birthday gifts throughout my targeting. This was like the year of 2015 all the way up to 2019 or 2020. And then she passed away. And so for 5 years, I was communicating with this person that I never met in person. We exchanged Christmas gifts. We were each other's, you know, communication, our main communication for 5 years. So when she passed away, you can imagine how hopeless I felt because, you know, I was in isolation for a very long time, and she was the only person that I had in my life, you know what I mean, that I could express any feelings towards, you know what I mean, and I'm getting upset when I talk about this, but when she died, it was a mess, okay? But she got me this butterfly, right? And she wrote me a very sweet letter when she gave me this. And I just felt so happy. Now you're wondering, how the hell come you didn't ever wear it, right? Well, you know, I was always hoping I could find a special time to wear it, you know, but it was always important to me. So now I'm taking it out of this package, right? And so now I'm a little curious. What can I do with this? So I'm going to go ahead and part this. I certainly could use a new change. I need to renew my life. I am so flippin' bored with everything that's going on in my life right now. So right now, I need that change energy, and using a butterfly hair clip just might be what I need, right? start wearing this at least on a every other day basis and see if I can start getting into the swing of things, you know, because what I need is I need to transform my life. My life is not really is where I want it to be. And so let's give this butterfly a try. Now this one is not overly pink, and I'm not somebody who wears a lot of pink, okay? But there's a lot of mauve colors in it in a way, and it just kind of blends in really well together to where it doesn't look overly pink. So I'm gonna let you see this a little bit more close, hopefully. Okay. You see that? And I'm not somebody who likes a lot of shiny things on myself, but it's not, it's like, it's just right. It's not overly like, you know, shiny, and it's not overly glamorous, but it's just right. You know what I mean? So this is always going to be special to me. So let's put this in my hair. Let's see how it turns out. And I can't see from the back, so. All right, and this is another alternative that you have when you're wearing a wig, a half wig anyway. Now let's see what that looks like. I can't see, so I'll see this as I do the editing. But that's a little butterfly for you, you know. And then I got this one. I'm going to put it back in its package, and maybe I'll start wearing it. I think I'll probably wear it during the fall, because there's really, well, actually, you know, I don't really wear wigs. So it's like, I don't know when I'll wear. You know, I did realize that that I can do certain things with headbands, which I'm going to go ahead and try do an experiment in the next few slides, okay? That's coming up next. So let me just put this aside so I don't forget it, and see if I can incorporate this butterfly somehow into my wardrobe this fall. Okay, so this one, this barrette, right? I would recommend if you you can charge this for bravery. This is what they call like that leopard skin type look. I think I have another one that similar. This one's more like the one that we're mostly familiar with, the brown and the dark spots. And this one's like a little offshoot of this one. It's got more like a grayish with black spots. They can be used for the same purpose. If you need a little bit of courage, you want to be more brave about something, you could use that. Well, let's see here. Now see, I don't like being what I call super heady. Like, I don't like showing my forehead and all that stuff. I just think I have too much of a head. You know what I mean? It's like, that's just too much head. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do it just because I need a variation. You can't do much with wigs, okay? So let's see what I can do and change it up a little bit. All right, so here is the, I guess we can call this the bravery barrette, right? Because you need to feel a little bit more outgoing to take care of things. Okay, same look, really. Kind of boring, but still, there you go. That's in the back. Now, I see no reason to try this one on because they're same, right? Now, here's one of those barrettes that I purchased a long time ago, and it's still in the pack, right? I'm terrible with that, aren't I? But you know what? What this does, it gives you something to always look forward to. It really does, okay? Because we all know life sucks and it's boring, and sometimes you have to surprise yourself with buying yourself gifts and forgetting about them and stumbling upon them at some other time. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to live in this world. You got to make it. You got to do what you can do to make it interesting, right? Because God knows it's not really that interesting. Okay, so this one is called the Minimalist Clips, all right? And I paid $1.99 at, oh my gosh, I'm getting very emotional when I think about this, the 99-cent store. Now, I am torn up, but the 99-cent store is no longer in existence. But they had some really cool stuff. This I bought obviously because it's a moon shape, right? And I love moons. And it can be worn during the waxing or the waning of the moon. Isn't that cool? Okay, you never thought about it that way before, right? But now you do, right? So now that you do, you can get yourself in tune with the moon's energies by wearing it just like that. So right now we are in the waxing phase. That means the moon looks this way. All right. So let's see, how am I going to do this? I'm going to go ahead and put this on the side here, like so. Let's see how this looks. Ooh, well, kind of bulky, but not bad. I don't want this down here, so we'll do that. So here we are on the side. You tell me what you think. Moon. Not bad. But I'm putting it back in its package. You know, you can find all kinds of cool stuff, you know, at, well, no longer at the 99-cent store, but I've seen like really cute barrettes at the Dollar Tree too. Those hair ties that I just wore, some of those were from the Dollar Tree. What it is just about, you know, changing it up every once in a while. And like I said, a lot of it has to do with symbolism. So we have the star here, right? And we also have a moon here. I tried that. And I don't know why I bought this, right? I don't know why I did, right? But I wanted to talk a little bit more about making your own hair accessories. And yes, I do make my own hair accessories, some of them, okay? Now, most of my hair accessories are made out of things like felt, okay? Now, and I don't really wear a whole lot of them. I will be showing them in the next slide. And I do, I did set up like a little shop a while ago, about a year or two ago, maybe longer than that, of selling like craft goods. I would like to market those to like young children, teenage kids that, you know, the alternative type kids who like things like, you know, comic books and stuff like that, and then like the older adult, the young adults who are like young at heart who still want to sit here and play video games all day long. Okay, there's something for everyone, right? And that my kind of art is kind of for them. So, but I bought these, right? I don't know why I did, but if you have the ability to work with you know, jewelry, or you know how to create things. Like I know I've made barrettes in the past. You know, I've gone to places like Michael's where they have, let me show you really quick. I hope you know I'm having such a fun time talking about this. I really love this sort of stuff. I love making stuff and I like sharing it. You know, I wish I had kids around me because I love making things for children's hair, you know. But anyway, when you go to places like Michael's, they have these clips right here, right? These metal clips. And I've made barrettes before with these clips, okay? Like I said, I'll show you like one of the examples that I do have, okay? If you have the ability to buy crystals, like, you know, crystals that like amethyst or rose quartz or sodalite, crystals and stones and stuff like that, you can make magical stone and crystal barrettes for your hair, and you can give them away as gifts. You know what I mean? Or if you know somebody that you care about, maybe they're trying to get a job promotion or something, you could make them something like this. You know, just go ahead and buy the barrette pieces, and then you can either glue them on with a hot glue gun, or somehow you can fix it. But I plan on doing tutorials on hair accessories, on how to make them, as well as keychains and stuff like that in the future. And I'm really excited about doing that. So I'm not going to talk about how to make them so much. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get people inspired to start creating things. Like if they work with their hands in one area, like, you know, if they make jewelry, and now they understand that, you know, stones and crystals have symbolism, they have energy. Well, then now you can start looking at things differently and make jewelry that has different vibration and different meaning. You see what I'm saying? See the benefit of it, you know? Plus, you know, we all know how life is. It's extremely boring, so why not shake up the routine, right? But these are the sort of things that I buy in order to make, you know, hair accessories. And here's my little pattern that I made. I just kind of took a measurement of the entire length of the clip, and then I made a pattern out of that. I would take like some foam sheets that you can buy at the dollar store, and then I would take felt, and then I would sew on the felt with more felt, and then I would take like gems or whatever and decorate them and make hair barrettes for children. And yes, I've worn them myself too. I'm a big kid at heart. All right, so another thing I've made in the past are barrettes that are made of these right here, these 12 clip barrettes. They're the kind that you kind of press them open and they snap like this. I just recently made some. I thought I did. If I didn't, then I guess that's too bad, but I will definitely show more of these in the future. These can also be made into like, arts and crafts. If you know how to paint, sew, you can make barrettes, and making barrettes, felt barrettes out of these take about 5 minutes, and you can like put little designs on them. You can sew beads on them. When you're bored, you can start making things of magical use. You know what I mean, for yourself, and you can do it for gifts. Make gifts for your loved ones. Okay, so that's one. And see, now I got these two. This is another dollar store barrette, right? Another dollar store barrette. But let's just say, for example, these were real turquoise. If you had real turquoise stones, and you wanted to maybe have a special hair clips just for when you do psychic readings. Yeah, think about it. Think of all the things you can do when you understand how to use stones and crystals and stuff like that. You can make jewelry. You could make things for your hair. You know what I mean? And if these were real turquoise, okay, you could, like, this is turquoise color, right? Let me give you a closer look. I'll take these out of the package so you can get even better look at these. If these were real turquoise, right, and you had some like moonstones, you could take a regular clip like this, and they sell these at Michael's, these kind of clips, right? And take a glue gun and just glue some of those jewels right across that clip. And then you got yourself, and you can take it outside during the moonlight, and you can charge it up with moon energy, and you can ask for psychic energy, and you can wear those whenever you take out your tarot cards or you want to do some meditation. See, everything is something. And you need to think this way. You know why? Because life is boring. It makes things a little bit more easier and makes it so that you can deal with things a little bit more. It's not only is it a spiritual thing, it's a coping mechanism. And we need that. People need that. What else did I want to show you before I take off this wig? You know what I want to show you? I want to show you my curly wig. Now, curly hair is something that is an alternative. Now, this is slightly curled, right? Because my hair's a big mess, okay? So what I love about this wig is that it blends in with the mess. Especially the older this wig is, the more it looks more and more like my ratty hair. And I know that sounds funny, but it matches the texture more, right? That's the cool part about this wig, and I love this wig, right? But the next wig I'm going to be trying on is a curly wig. Now, I'm not going to show you, I'm probably going to put a headband over it because I don't have time to curl my hair in the same pattern as the big curly wig. But I will put on a headband to show you, because headbands are a part of this conversation anyway. So this way it'll give me time to, number one, show you what I look like with curly hair, and show you what you can do with headbands. And you know what I love about headbands is they're so versatile. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys. All right, so I'm going to try this wig on. This one is called Bronx. Now, I got to tell you, I am a huge fan of this particular company because this is modelhair.com. And I love this wig. I bought this before in the past. Right now I'm wearing a turban. This is something that I usually wear around the house during this time of the year. If I need to answer the door or something really quick, and I don't have my hair hanging down and it doesn't look good or something, then I would just go ahead and walk around with one of these during the day or whatever. So wearing turbans around my house is pretty common thing for me to do. Anyway, this particular wig, let me show you the package. The name of it is called Bronx, and the color is 1B. Okay, now if you are somebody who wears wigs, and I didn't mean to make this like a big wig tutorial, but I could not resist wanting to try this curly wig on, right? I've had this one before a few years ago, but I just repurchased it maybe about 3 years ago, and it's been in my closet, so I haven't worn it yet. Tried it on in the current time. Okay, so this is called the Bronx. The color is 1B, meaning it's like a jet black color. Okay, I usually have to color my hair to match the color of the wig, because I know that I do get grays in my hair, and you know, I know there are some wigs that do have gray weaved into the hair. So if you're one of those people who want to continue to be with gray hair, which is nothing wrong with that, they do have wigs that have like gray streaks in it to try to make it look more realistic. Okay, so this is a full cap, meaning I could wear this all the way around my head if I wanted to, but I also have the option of wearing it as a half wig, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take off my turban here, and I'm just going to scruff my hair up. Now, generally when I want to mimic a pattern, a curl pattern, look at my hair, it's all messed up. When I want to mimic a curl pattern, I usually have to use like these twisty type curl rollers. I cannot think of the name of them right now. They're foam rollers. I'll show you an example in the next few slides. For now, we're not going to worry about it. But usually I curl my hair the night before, right? And that way I can make sure that I mimic this hair pattern so it blends better. But I'm not gonna mess with that right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on the end of my hair and put it on like I normally do. I'll push my ponytails inside. Ooh, this is a huge one. Look how curly this is. Oh my God. Yeah. Ooh, boy. Okay. All right. So that's a little too much right now for me, but. Ugh, where would I wear something like this to? I don't know. But I want to talk a little bit more about headbands, because there was a headband that I did show. It was like a celestial design headband in the slides before this one, in the beginning of this video. And I don't have those, but I do have something similar. This has like like little moons and planets on it. So this is a sort of like material that I like to use when I'm meditating, especially when I want to get like, you know, hidden knowledge, anything that relates to like meditation or something like that. This is a really great design to wear. I don't know how it's going to look with this wig, but you could use headbands, you know, for different things. Well, let's see, how would this look? It looks like they have a headband. The girl who's wearing on the box, she's wearing it with a headband. So let's see if I can get away with it too. And this hair is getting like caught inside the headband. I don't know, you guys. What do you think? You know, generally, if I was to wear this, like I said, you know, with my hair blended in, like where I would curl it the night before, I would have my bangs hanging out, right? But I'm using this headband, you know. Now, I do think it looks kind of cool. I think the only thing I need to do is let me just go ahead and change the earrings. Let me see if I can work with that just a second. Now, I know that this is a video about hair accessories, okay? But sometimes when you're wearing hair accessories, you have to change the things around you. And the reason why I say this is because, like, I'm wearing like a celestial type headband with this wig, right? This is a big wig, by the way. It's huge, right? Okay, so the earrings that I'm wearing, I don't really think goes with this particular headband. Really, when I think about it, I don't really think that this wig, I mean, it goes with this shirt. The headband doesn't really match the shirt, okay? But let's just pretend that it does, because I don't really feel like getting dressed again, okay? So I'm taking these earrings off because I don't really feel as though it fits with the celestial theme. Okay, and I just went in my closet. That's where I keep my jewelry. I don't have expensive jewelry. I only have like some silver earrings, and that's about the extent of it. I've never paid a lot for earrings or jewelry of any kind, really. Okay, so I found these. I think these are the only thing that kind of goes with the theme of sun and moon and all that stuff. Now, this is a pair of earrings. One is a moon and one is a sun. Okay. Now, when it comes to the occult, our left side represents our feminine side. Okay. Now, I did talk about the dominant and the dominant hand, which is like the power hand, and then also the receiving hand. Okay. Now, if you are left-handed, it's going to be just the opposite for you. Okay. So my receiving hand is the feminine side. So I'm going to put the moon in my left ear. Okay. And then I'm going to, since my power hand, I have all the power in my right hand, and that's more of a masculine energy, I'm going to use the sun in my right ear, right? To match, now I have my celestial headband, which represents knowledge, right? And then I have these like, the zodiac, not the zodiac, but like, the celestial bodies or whatever, the sun and the moon around me. And it's surrounding my face. What do you think, y'all? You like it? I think it looks kind of cool. I mean, I don't think I'd wear this all the time. If I had somewhere to go, that would be cool. Like, I really wish I had somewhere to go. I don't. But now that I've got this on, let me just go ahead and try one thing with this particular shirt. I'm taking the shirt off, okay? I can't help it. I can't resist, okay? I got to coordinate. I'll be right back, y'all. So I'm sitting here looking at my head, my wardrobe here, and trying to find like a navy blue shirt that could go with this. Kind of, generally your headband should match your clothes, not the other way around. Like your clothes should match your headband, but this is one of those like, look at this distance. Look how big this hair is. That's huge. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. And when I wear, designs like celestial things, like with the sun and the moon on it, I do associate those with colors like, navy blue, royal blue, colors like that. And just kind of get sink into the whole thing. Okay, now let's try this instead. Now I've got my navy blue on, I got my sun and my moon, I got my celestial headband, and I got this curly crazy hair. Now it's funny because when I was doing the research on hair symbolism, right, some cultures look at curly hair as being receiving some sort of divine insight, right? Now, mind you, this is fake hair. It's fake hair, right? But you can enchant your wigs if you want to. Why not? Now, I never occurred to me to do it for wigs. I basically wore hair extensions and stuff like that, just to look presentable at work, okay? But if I wanted to incorporate my wigs into magic, I could do that. I could look at this curly hair and I could pass it through some incense and say, hey, you know what, this vibration, give me, some sort of wisdom or whatever. And I could use my wig as a magical tool like I could anything else. Just use, like I said, use your imagination. So the more I'm looking at myself with this wig, and I know it's going to be debatable. Some people are going to like it, some people are not. Some people are going to think, man, where in the world would you wear that? I have no fucking idea, because the only place I ever go to is the grocery store, and this is just too wild, too cool, too fun to wear to the grocery store. This is one of the reasons why I need a better life. Okay, I need to be more social. I need to be out and about. Okay, because this wig needs to be worn. You know what I mean? So that's in the next few slides. I want to show you the things you can do with headbands. This is a headband, okay, and it can be worn, as you see it here. But another thing that I think that should be in the category of flair, wearing flair in your hair, are hats. Okay, because I know that I make use of hats during this time of year. I do not want the sun in my face. Okay, and I'm not gonna sit here and run a comb through my hair all the time. I'm just not gonna do it. Okay, black people have a lot of deal. Not all black people, but I'm one of those people who deal a lot with breakage. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why I use these fancy combs and stuff like that. Right, so I usually just throw the hat on my head and I go out the door. Okay, but there are times when I want to shake it up with my hat, right? You can buy one hat and you can change the look of it if you want to. And I'm going to show you my little hat collection, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. But I would love to hear your feedback on this hair. I'm going to take off the glasses. What do you think? Little CB Braganza. When I take my glasses off, I feel so CB Braganza. But female CB Braganza, what do you think of this hair? Love to hear it. I'll be back on the next slide, okay? Hang on one second. And I'm taking the hair off, okay? And I thought it was important to mention that, in order to accomplish the look to match my natural hair with the wig's curly hair, I would have to use the flexible foam curling rods, and I would keep those in my head overnight. I'm going to put this link in the description box if you are interested in purchasing these foam curling rods. If your hair is like mine, if you use a regular curling iron and then after a few hours the hair starts to go back to being flat, not being able to be workable, it's not workable, then this is the sort of thing that you need, because these rods will keep your hair curly all day long. Like I said, the link's in the description box. All right, y'all, this is the last hat I'm going to bore you with, okay? And I'm looking forward to wearing it this fall. This is similar to the hat that I had a few years ago, but it's more like a page boy hat. Okay, I love this hat, and it did come with like a little hair jewelry thing already. I'm going to take it off because I don't like it. I'm just telling you right now. I'm going to replace it with something else, either a button or I'll make something out of felt and put it on there, but I don't like this little thing on there. I think it's like a little flower. No, it looks like, yeah, it looks like it's a little flower. It's cute, but it could be used for something else. There's times where I've taken things off of one thing and put it on something else. Okay. And I don't really see anything wrong with that. It's just like, rolling with the punches and doing the best you can with what you have. Okay. But I love hats like this. And you know what? It's my favorite color. It's like that burgundy color that I love so much during the fall and winter. So definitely looking forward to wearing this hat in the fall. Okay, so this is going to wrap up the hat section. I'm going to show you a few more items and then we're going to wrap up this video completely. Okay, like I said in my the clip earlier, that I was going to show you the knitting loom. The information to purchase the knitting loom is in the description box. I suggest you take a look at some of the YouTube videos, and I will go ahead and post a YouTube video on how to make a basic hat. So if you guys want to make hats for your entire family, you can go ahead and do that. I will tell you, it's nothing more exciting than going down and picking up some yarn of favorite colors and being able to make something special for people that you care about. I will put this link in the description box along with the video. Okay, I just want to go over some of the items that I wasn't able to demonstrate myself. I liked this hair stick. The information is in the description box. This was shown earlier. The goldfish represents prosperity, abundance, and messengers of the gods. You can use your imagination for what you want to use this for. I noticed on this hairpin, it does have like a 5-petal flower. It kind of looks like a cherry blossom. I know cherry blossoms have their own spiritual significance, but when it comes to looking for, hair accessories, when it comes to things relating to symbolism, it doesn't have to be an outright magical symbol that's obvious to most people. Things like spirit animals, things like plants, things that representation of plants, things that relate to things that are here on earth, like trees, plants, flowers, animals, whether those be animals that are in our everyday life, domestic animals, or even mythical animals, can definitely be used as hair accessories and magical tools. Like I said, the link for this will be in the description box. Now, bows in the hair come in and out of fashion, and that's something to be expected. But that's one of the oldest, hair accessories, here in the United States, is wearing a bow in your hair. And of course, nowadays we have, ribbons to represent certain causes, like, blue ribbons represent. There's a blue ribbon that's used to represent, for example, targeted individuals. Now, even though the ribbon is shaped different, it's still nonetheless a ribbon. So when you look at these particular ribbons here, or bows, you could use that if you were wanting to show your support for a particular cause, like, being a targeted individual. I know, I think blue ribbons are also used to support things like, let me see, I think there's a list here. Let me take a look here. Anti-bullying. Some people wear blue to support things like autism. I would probably wear the blue ribbon, to show my support for, being a targeted individual, seeing as how that's what I am. Also, I know blue ribbons used to be associated with, being the winner. The blue ribbon was given, to people who won prizes. If you're looking to win something, to be the winner, why not tie a little blue ribbon in your hair? Now, blue ribbons can be tied directly to their hair, and they're also made into barrettes to where they can just be clipped in, okay? But what I like about the actual ribbon is you can, as you're tying it, you can actually meditate on what you want it to do and use the action of, the actual knot that you're making the loops, tying, going underneath the other loop and to make a bow. Okay, that's part of the magic. Just like, I talked about pretzels in one of my videos for the 4th of July, making knots, things like knots, loops, they have a significance all on their own. Okay, they can trap things in, they can keep things locked in, whether that be good or bad, and they can be used for binding as well. When I think of blue ribbons, I think of I think it's a poem. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one poem. I think it's called Johnny So Long at the Fair, or it's called Oh Dear, I don't remember, but it goes like this. Oh dear, what can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Johnny so long at the fair. He promised to buy me a failing, baby, a fairing should please me, and then for a kiss he vowed he would tease me. He promised to bring me a bunch of blue ribbons to tie up my bonny brown hair. Now, that song was something that we sang in first grade. And when I remember hearing that song when I was little, it sounded familiar. It sounded really familiar. And I came to understand that that's a song that was created sometime in the 1700s in England, right? And they've been singing it ever since. So chances are when I was CB Braganza, I heard that song. And then when I was in first grade, we sang that song in kindergarten. Because a lot of the songs that you learn in grade school are, old songs that probably were around throughout the entire world, and then it made its way to the United States. So that song is something that I definitely associate with blue ribbons. As a matter of fact, every time I see blue ribbons, that's exactly what I think. Also, red ribbons have their own significance. You can wear them if you're trying to attract love. Pink ribbons as well for the same reason. Or you want to, have a relationship with yourself. That self-love issue. I was just thinking about braids, and I was going to add them to this video, but I think I made this video a little bit too long, but when it comes to braiding the hair, when you want to put a braid in your hair, you want to do so when you are thinking positive thoughts. You can braid positivity into your life, and meditate while you're doing your hair and braiding them, okay? I remember I used to get my hair braided a long time ago. I haven't had my hair put in micro braids in a very long time, and I think a lot of people who are, African American, Black people here in this country, especially women, have tried braids at least once. Okay, and this is one of the styles I liked a lot because it allowed a lot of flexibility when it came to swimming. As a Black woman who has a lot of hair issues in the first place, I really don't like messing with my hair when I go swimming, so braids was an option. Now, if you are somebody who's not necessarily going to get a bunch of braids put in, but you just want to maybe do one braid in your hair as a reminder of something, like if you have a task to do and you might want to, you need to remember each day to take the dog for a walk when you get home, okay? Then you could put a braid in your hair so that you would remember the dog all the time and maybe tie it up with a yellow ribbon. Now these are different hairstyles, and this is a different idea because most people don't do those things, okay? I am for people who are a little bit different, okay? I am somebody who feels as though, applying certain things that you like is more important than following the current style, okay? And for those people who enjoy that sort of thing, this is what I'm for, okay? I am not somebody who mimics Vogue, although I do look at that magazine, okay? I'm somebody who basically likes to mimic things in nature or use things magically, okay? And this is what I'm all about. And then you could use my information to inspire you. If you're into fashion, that doesn't mean you have to sit here and change and go into shabby chic stuff like Maria. But you can still apply the same principles. There's stuff like, Louis Vuitton type stuff that has symbolism to it. I'm just not somebody who's able to afford all of that, right? So I work with a lot of simple stuff. Anyway, when it comes to these cute little ribbons, you can use them for all kinds of things. You can use them as a reminder to support a certain cause, to use for attraction magic or whatever. The link for these cute little ribbons are in the description box. I had mentioned in in the previous slides that there was a hair ornament that I would not be able to wear, mainly because wigs are you're very limited on hairstyles if you wear wigs, okay? And my hair, the way that it is, would not allow me to wear something like this. But if you are able to wear something like this, I would say have at it. It's really cool. This is a dragon hair clip, and the information is in the description box to purchase this if this is what you're interested in. Now, dragons symbolize power, sovereignty, the fire element, the guardians for protection, wisdom, and clairvoyant powers, and of course, things like royalty. So if this is something that you think that you would be interested in, like I said, the link is in the description box. This is one of those things that you can wear if you feel like you need a little bit of, a boost, and I love the strong symbolism of that. And speaking of hair items, before I close up this video, I did mention that I do make hair accessories for those who are young at heart, whether they be children all the way up to adults who enjoy things that make them feel vibrant and happy. I made this moon clip, I would say about in 2012. I've made other ones just like this one. I've made quite a few of them actually, and I was interested in selling them. I am not going to be, I don't think right now my plan is to sell my Mojo items. I would prefer to give them away. I will be incorporating that into the Swan Song Manifesto prizes. I plan on doing Mojo drawings on each Friday starting in the month of August, and I will be giving away free Mojo items that I had made in the past. This would be something similar. Now, how I made this was I used foam sheets, felt, and wooden dowels and those wooden balls from like the dollar store. And this is something that I created, and I thought it looked pretty good. I was pretty happy with the work. So look forward to that in the month of August. And these are some more examples of what I've made a few years ago. I had stopped doing a lot of felt crafts, I would say right after I left the farmer's place, mainly because I couldn't deal with the targeting and there was a bunch of stuff going on. So I wasn't really focused on it as much, but I'm starting to get back into it because I do see that it's giving life back into me. I know that they were bullying me so bad it wasn't even funny. Trying to make me not, do arts and crafts and all this other stuff. But it's a part of my life. This is who I am. I was with a network that did not know who I was, and it was really killing me. It was driving me. It just literally took the life out of me. Anyway, let's not talk about that. So the one on top, I do know that goldfish have a strong form of symbolism. Two fish together is double the luck. So I created two goldfish, and the little bubbles. I used some stickers that I got at the dollar store and created a hair barrette, and underneath that is a hairpin, much like the one that you saw on the other slide. I used a round orange color ball, I guess, to kind of represent the sun, and I have a little red bird, flying up in the sky, and that's another hairpin. So yeah, I enjoy making things. I enjoy living a very, I guess, kind of an old-fashioned basic life with my hands. I do believe it's a part of my philosophy. It's how I live my life, okay? I like making handmade things. I like making my own things. I like color, utilizing magic in different ways, and this is what I'm all about. And I'm here to inspire other people to work with their hands and rediscover life again. Whether that be, maybe you used to bake and you haven't done that in a long time. Well, take out your pots and pans or go out and buy some new ones and start looking at things a little bit different. Get involved in food magic. If you have been sewing and you've stopped doing that for a long time, hey, you know what? You can actually do magical sewing. Hem lines and stuff like that, can be very symbolic to work with. If you know how to do beading work, I know a lot of people do incorporate beads in their hair as form of what do you call it, hair accessories. That's another thing that you can do. You could add beads into your hair. I know that's very common for people who wear like the braided type styles, as well as things like puka shells, um, you know, uh, diadems, whatever you can think of can be worked into hair accessories. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm looking forward to offering Mojo prizes in the month, starting in the month of August. What I plan on doing is I'm trying to work and figure out how Ko-fi really works, like as far as like the notification bell. So how I plan on doing this is once I have a few items I want to give away, I will be posting it up, and then hopefully a notification bell would alert the people who are watching my channel and let them know, hey, I'm offering up a Mojo item, and it gives you adequate time to respond, and then I will go ahead and issue it out to the winner. I want to keep things active on my channel, so if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I gotta tell you, making this video made me a lot happier. It made me feel better. It made me feel like, you know, it kind of took the darkness out of my life. I would tell you that I've been very, very sad for the last few years now. But anyway, I'm looking forward to making more content. I hope that you guys take advantage of all the different varieties of hair accessories that they have out there. Do not be afraid of creating something if you can't find what you're looking for. I'm looking forward to making the next video, and I will see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.